In this session, we are discussing about the pathogenicity of Bacillus anthracis. Anthrax, primarily a disease of cattle and sheep. Experimentally, most animals are susceptible to this anthrax. There are two virulence factors in Bacillus anthracis which are most important in disease anthrax. The two virulence factors are the capsular polypeptide and anthrax toxin. The capsular polypeptide, it is made up of D-glutamic acid. It's a polypeptide in nature. There's another exception. This is used for inhibiting phagocytosis. It's an antiphagocytic factor. Then next is anthrax toxin. This is very, very important. Anthrax toxin. The anthrax toxin is identified by finding that the injection of sterile plasma of guinea pig dying of anthrax into healthy guinea pig killed them, and the death could be prevented by immune serum. The toxin is a complex of three factors, or it's a multi-subunit protein having three different parts. All the three parts are important for the toxin activity. They are individually not toxic, but all the three portions, all three parts are important for the toxic action. These three parts include the edema factor, this is also called factor 1, and second, protective antigen factor, this is called factor 2 or PAF, protective antigen factor, and the third factor is lethal factor or factor 3 or LF, lethal factor. Then edema factor. The edema factor is the portion of the anthrax toxin which is responsible for the edema and shock. Edema factor or EF or factor 1 is an enzyme called adenylate cyclase. This adenylate cyclase enzyme leads to the accumulation of intracellular cyclic AMP. That is, the cyclic AMP level is increased in the cells, which is responsible for the edema in infection. The protective antigenic factor is a second factor, or the factor 2 is a fraction which binds to the receptor on the target cell surface. It is acting as a binding agent or the binding part of the toxin, which provides attachment site for edema factor and lethal factor. It facilitates their entry into the cell. And the antibody to this protective antigen factor is protective. That is, antibody to this PA factor, anti-PA factor is protective. The entry of the LF into target cell causes cell death. Once the lethal factor is inside, which is facilitated by the binding of the protective antigenic factor on the target cell surface, and the lethal factor is inside, which leads to the death of the cell. But the mechanism is not yet completely understood, and the toxin is a plasmid bond. Then coming to the disease anthrax. The disease anthrax is a zoonosis. The animal infection is by ingestion of spores present in the soil. It is a zoonotic infection mostly seen in domesticated animals like sheep, goats, etc. The animals are infected by the ingestion of the spores present in the contaminated soil. The disease may be fatal, cutaneous, localized, or mild. The disease has different presentations. In some situations, it presents as a fatal infection, then other cases it presents as a mild, cutaneous, localized infections. Animals shed in discharge from mouth, nose and rectum large number of bacilli, and this bacilli reach the soil and sporulate there and act as a source of infection to others. The human infection is from animals by direct or indirect contact with the animals or animal products. The disease may be cutaneous, pulmonary or intestinal. There are three different forms of human anthrax. It is cutaneous anthrax, pulmonary anthrax and intestinal anthrax. First, cutaneous anthrax. Here the portal of entry is through the skin. The organism enters through the small abrasions in the skin by the contact with the infected products. The usual sites are on the face, neck, hands, arms and backs. Usually the lesions, the primary site of lesion is found on face, neck, hands, arms and back. That's the exposed parts of the body. The primary lesion is characterized by the cutaneous anthrax is characterized by a lesion starting as a papule, starting as a small papule within 1 to 3 days of infection. That is, within 1 to 3 days of entry of the organism into the skin, there produce a small papule. A small papule is produced which becomes fluid filled. The fluid may be clear or bloody. In some situations it produces the seen as a clear vesicle, or in some other situations the red colored lesions or the papule is seen, which is filled with fluid which may be clear or bloody. The whole affected area become edematous and congested. The whole area become edematous and congested. The area becomes swollen and congested. And several satellite lesions filled with serum or yellow fluid are arranged round a central necrotic lesion covered by a black eschar. The name is because of the black color of the lesion. A black colored lesion is produced. It is the center of the lesion becomes necrotic. During that time, several satellite lesions are produced around this necrotic lesion. That lesion is covered with a black eschar, and this condition is called malignant pustule. Malignant pustule. This is an important feature of cutaneous anthrax. Malignant pustule. This type of lesions are mainly seen on the face, necks, arms, backs and the exposed parts of the body. And this type of cutaneous anthrax is commonly seen among dock workers. Dock workers means who works in the port, or the port workers, and who carry the loads of hides on their bare backs. So the lesions are to the contact with the skin of the infected skin on the back of the hide porters. The lesion is seen on the back side, or the back side of the hide porter, and usually seen a small lesion, or the neck region as this black colored lesion is seen, which is congested and edematous. That's why the disease is also called hide porter's disease. The disease is also called hide porter's disease. Hide porter's disease, and it is not a severe disease, resolves spontaneously, and in the case of 10 to 20% develops fatal septicemia. Only in 10 to 20% cases that develops into severe forms. Then second type of anthrax is somewhat fatal. It is called pulmonary anthrax. Pulmonary anthrax is a fatal form. More dangerous form of anthrax is called pulmonary anthrax. The disease is common in workers in wool factories. Here the mode of transmission is through inhalation. The inhalation of the airlized or the dust containing the anthrax spores, which is originated from the infected wool. And by inhalation of these spores, the persons or the workers in the wool industries get this disease. So that this disease is also called wool sorter's disease. Wool sorter's disease. The main symptom is hemorrhagic pneumonia. Hemorrhagic pneumonia means the bloody pneumonia is seen. It is a symptom of this disease, pulmonary anthrax. This disease is also called Wohl-Sorter's disease. The fatality rate is very high in this case. Then complications include hemorrhagic meningitis. That is, some situations the infection may spread to the meninges, causing severe hemorrhagic meningitis. Then the third type of anthrax is intestinal anthrax. This intestinal anthrax is a very rare disease and is seen in primitive communities who eat dead bodies of animals dying of anthrax. This type of disease is very rare disease which is seen in some communities, very primitive communities, or in Adivasis or such type of communities who eat dead bodies of animals dying of anthrax. Here the symptoms include bloody diarrhea. The fatality rate is very high. It is a very dangerous infection or very dangerous disease, but it is a very rare disease seen only in communities who eat dead bodies of animals dying of anthrax. The anthrax can be divided into two based on where the infection, where the persons get infected. Based on that, the anthrax can be again, human anthrax can be again divided into industrial anthrax and non-industrial anthrax. Industrial anthrax is seen in workers in industries, especially wool sorting and meat packing industries, through the contact with the infected products. Non-industrial anthrax is seen in the persons who are in frequent contact with the animals. That is seen in farmers and veterinary doctors or veterinarians. And once they infected and recovered, the infection provides lifelong immunity or permanent immunity. That's all.